Hello there, my name is Brian. I'm just running some new videos that I want to start doing. This one is about being happy. So some people seem to be naturally happy and bubbly and so forth, and some not. Some are depressed or easily depressed and that. So I'm going to talk about how you overcome that. So if you're somebody like me, I think I have a family gene that makes me a little bit on the depressed side sometimes, or I can easily see the negative side of things. Or if I'm doing some DIY, I've just got to put in these 2 screws here, and then the first one you just can't get it to go in or something like that. I get frustrated, impatient, and so forth. But I'm going to talk about how you can change that. And you can change that quite easily. So 2 ways of doing it is how you look at yourself. So I'm somebody that if somebody criticizes me, I kind of then don't like them, and I see them as an enemy and all of that. But actually forget them, forget these people, and just concentrate on you. If somebody's criticizing you, a couple of things with being criticized. One, is it a fair criticism? And sometimes it's not. It could be somebody trying to cover their own weaknesses, and they're trying to blame you and make you the fall guy, which often happens in work settings where people are always stabbing each other in the back. However, often though, this criticism can be something that you can listen to. It might not be very nice to hear, but how you can improve yourself, because we're all constantly improving. When I was at school, there was computers like the ZX Spectrum and the BBC computer. At the time, these computers were fantastic. You could play games on them. The Commodore 64 came along, was like the best games you could ever buy, kind of thing. But technology has moved on substantially since those days. If we were still using a Commodore 64 today, we would be very backward and behind indeed. So now we've got much more advanced gaming systems and things. But that's what we're like as well. We have to keep developing, moving with the times, reinventing ourselves. You might get something, this formula works, and I'm not saying change it if it works, but you need to keep building on it, because like business, you could have a great idea and it sells, but soon somebody's going to start copying that idea or have a different version or a better version. So you have to keep evolving, keep reinventing, inventing ourselves, become a better person of yourself, in fact. So if you're going to say something to somebody, whether it's something good or you have to say something that's critical for their own benefit, think in how they are going to receive that. Because if you say something like this is the worst piece of work I've ever seen, it could be quite upsetting for them. So you need to think about how you say that, but at the same time you need to think in how you're coming across, how you're behaving, and how you can be that better person. But really enjoy things. So don't spoil somebody else's enjoyment by, I'm watching this film, isn't it so rubbish? You know, it's the worst film ever, when that person could be really loving it. So don't spoil it for them. But at the same time, you're watching a film or whatever it is you're doing, try and enjoy that. Like you're on your, I'm going to have a day trip to the seaside and you're stuck in heavy traffic. Oh, I'm getting angry, I'm frustrated, I'm stuck in this hot car. So you could go down that negative route and then stop start and you get more frustrated. Or you could, not ideal, but you can make enjoyment of it. You can play some little game in the car, or you can be thinking of something else, or so forth. So try and always look on the happy side of it. And if you find you can't, just stop yourself and say, right, I'm going to change this. Another thing is to slow things down. So sometimes when you watch a film and you see somebody do some crazy jump from one building to the next, there's something they sort of slow the motion down. But we can slow things down in our mind as well. Just calm it down. So there could be all sorts of problems going on. Just kind of see it slowing down a little bit. So you've got that moment to take control. So we're going to talk more about this in more different videos. That's just a bit of a taster to get us going. But the power of happiness is within us. And everything is within us. And it's the power of Chi.